everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Erin, and today I came on here to talk a little bit more about how inner work changed my life. So if you're looking at this video, you saw this video, then you were wanting to know, is it okay to start over? Yes. Yes, it is. It is okay to start over. So I'm going to share my story about how I started changing my life and things that I noticed to be able to start my journey. I'm hoping that what I say will resonate with you, and I hope I can help you, and we can, you subscribe and like and want to grow with me. Um, right now, things that I'm sharing with you are literally things that I'm going through right now. So if you are going through the same thing, you have questions, please don't hesitate to put something down in the comments, ask me some questions. I can tell you any information based off of the things that I've gone through, but let's get started into this. So I had a couple key points I wanted to, hit to make sure that I'm getting everything out there. It took a lot for me to do this video and kind of get back into doing content. I've posted some videos in the past, but you know, I feel like now I'm coming from a more aligned place. So what made me start doing my inner work was finally listening to myself. Finally understanding that I don't have to put up with some of the things that I have dealt with. I've put up some short videos, but in regards of me doing inner work, I ended up separating from my spouse, more so that I can continue my growth. But I also realized that he wasn't growing either. And it was kind of like we were getting to a point where you get tired, you know. Um, you realize some things about yourself that you have enabled, that you allowed in that relationship that didn't really serve you. It didn't help you grow, it hindered you. Me, I picked up some really bad habits that I was not proud of. And the turning point of me wanting to grow and get better was having a death in my family. And it was my dad. And I had to work on that father wound to really understand why I was picking the type of men that I was picking, what I was looking for, you know, and I was broken. I'm not even gonna lie. I was definitely broken. Not saying that my spouse was just a complete horrible person. He wasn't, but I realized there were some things that he needed to work on within himself as well, that it got past the point that you can't change anybody. They got to want to change for themselves. I wanted to change for myself to show up better. And I realized that it was causing friction with us. And it just got to the point where I was like, we're going to have to separate. There's things that I need to work on. There's things that you need to work on. And I would say, starting on this journey, if you are newly starting on this journey, you are going to go through a lot of changes. I am. And there's days that I'm crying. There's days that I'm laughing. There's days that are super low. But I realized that that's just it's just showing that you're growing. You know, I regret marrying my spouse? No, I don't regret. Those were, we had fun. We had fun, but there are some lessons that came out of that for me to understand. So when I started doing that, I was listening to myself. Another thing was I started journaling more because I realized that for years I was having a hard time speaking up for myself. And when I did speak up for myself, I was shunned for it. People would shut me down, or it would be, why did you say that? That's not nice. And it's kind of like, well, that's my truth. That's how I felt. But why do you have to feel bad for speaking up and defending yourself? You know? So if you are at that point in your life, please don't feel bad for speaking up at all. It's still taking me some time. I'm still growing and learning. Because even with me dealing with my spouse, I'm also dealing with conflicts in my family, that are now getting better. But I had to understand I got to speak up. I am the oldest. Um, when it comes to my siblings on my mother's side, and I feel like I have to protect. I feel like I have to, do so much. Those of you who are watching, who are the big sis, you get it. It's exhausting. There were times where I felt, great things were happening, and I felt guilty. I felt guilty for those things happening. So that journal came in. I did a gratitude journal, and I had a regular journal. Um, I'm gonna work on doing like an inner work journal, like template, and probably put it out there. So, as a digital download or something, just kind of like a starter kit. But doing the work on learning more about myself has definitely made me change and want better for myself. I also started meditating and doing breath work, which has helped me tremendously with stress. Um, with me, I am the fixer when it comes to family, when it comes to friends, when it comes to being in a relationship. Am I am wanting to the one that saves everybody, that I feel. And I have to understand that you can't do that. You can't. Um, which put me in a lot of crazy situations. And like I can go further into these like individually, but oh my gosh, meditating and really finding that peace and starting to give myself compassion and allowing myself to sit in those vulnerable places and cry, and understanding that it is okay to cry. It does not make you look weak at all. And I still have my moments now. I'm still doing inner work. I've been doing this for about 2 years now, going on 3. And it's so crazy. It's like once you reach a plateau of like, okay, I got over that, then it's like, all right, good for you. You got through that. Here's some more stuff, you know, and you lose things, you lose jobs, you lose friendships, you lose relationships with family. There's a lot of things that happen. And that was what was happening with me, so many changes. I had to downsize from being in a big old house to now being in an apartment because, you know, just things happen, and it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I had to get past that change. There are a lot of people out there in the world who don't like change, but get this. And it took me a minute to understand this, but change is good. It can be scary, but it's supposed to be scary. Why? Because that means that you're pushing yourself to that limit and allowing yourself to grow. Um, and I didn't understand that at first, but now I definitely do. Um, I just opened my eyes and wanted wanted better for myself. I did. I wanted better for myself. I want to help people. I wanted to help you beautiful women out there. I wanted to keep helping myself. The power of finding and growing and healing that feminine energy is so exhilarating. It gives you a different type of confidence. Um, and I lost it. I had lost it for a long time because I was taking care of everybody else, wanting to make sure everybody else was good. So don't don't feel bad for wanting to put yourself first. Another thing I had to get past. I realized that the boundaries I had with my friends, my family, my in my relationship, they were weak. They were weak. They were not solid. I wasn't setting boundaries for myself. So me not setting boundaries for myself and trusting myself, it domino effect in all my relationships. And then it finally got to the point where I looked back and I was like, what on earth am I doing? Why am I sober? Why am I going through this? Why me? Victim mentality. Why me? Why this? Why that? It's because I enabled it. I allowed it. I contribute to it. Let me tell you, accepting that and taking accountability, oh man. I'm just saying, you have to be ready for that change. It is okay. It is okay. It's going to be uncomfortable, but just know that there are blessings on the other end of that change. Just know that you are wanting to do better for yourself. You're wanting better for yourself. You're never too young and you're never too old. It is never too late to want better for yourself and to accept that change. You can start over. You can, and you will be completely fine. Watch those blessings start coming into you. Watch those relationships improve. If they're meant to be, they will improve drastically. If not, they'll just fall off and you'll be okay. I had to tell myself that. I'm trying not to get emotional in this video, and I'm so glad I didn't. But I will be sharing more about my journey. I'm hoping that me talking to you about this and sharing, my story and everything will help you want to be ready to grow as well. Let's grow together on this channel. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, please. And I thank you and I see you next time. Bye.